Hello and what is going on YouTube? It's Duo Scape here and welcome to episode 2 of Stacked from Scratch. This series is all about me rebuilding from nothing on my account. The whole point of this series is so that I can experience the game as a newer player again and do all of the content without end game gear. And I want to see how long it will take me to get back to end game gear, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that journey along with me. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any great guides that we got coming to the channel and so you don't miss out on this series. It truly is going to be a blast and I can't wait to do this with you all. So on the first episode, one shop run I actually forgot to do was buying the bird meat from this store. Basically all of the meat in the game is required for player-owned farms and it's really useful. So we've just spent about 70-80k and let's see how much of a return we can get. Even if we don't sell these, we can use them for our own player-owned farm, so that's always good. But yeah, like that's an extra 700k, which is huge. I'd also recommend, if you're at the point of the game that I am, just buy all the other random ones too. They're worth getting still. You can also go to Canifis and buy even more meat too, which we're probably going to do as well. Another little tip for a lot of you newer players out there, most of you already know this, but you can use Scape to close interfaces, and when you're in the bank you can actually use your number keybinds to do certain actions. So if I press 3, it's going to empty my full invent to the bank, and if you press 4, it will empty all of the items you're wearing. 5 will empty your beast of burdens to the bank. And then 1 and 2 will load your presets, your first 2 presets. You can use the F keys all the way up to F10 to open up any preset you want in the bank as well. Just for those of you newer players that have come to Runescape through. So while I'm AFK and getting this sandstone, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of the support and love that we gained on the last series. We've had a ton of support, tons of comments, tons of feedback. And basically what I want to do with this series, if any of you have ever seen Bryce Cup's old school Iron Man one-man raid series, where he becomes a raid specialist, he has a checklist that he has on his account. Every 50 raid kills, he can pick one reward that he wants to unlock next. So there's always a choice in there. I want to incorporate something like this into this series. I want to come up with a checklist of all of the gear that I hope to obtain, with some cool ones on there too. So like maybe a rare item, complete certain logs for bosses, just a load of cool feats. So if you guys have any ideas of how we should progress towards that, let me know in the comment section down below. For example, at a boss such as Nex, I would have to do 50 kills before I can choose to use a specific upgrade. This then leaves me with the choice of Greater Ricochet Limitless or the Tier 99 Prayer. And this will enable me to show you guys how to do the boss before and after each upgrade, so that I can give you guys any tips or tricks along the way that will make your lives easier. This will also make it so that I truly am qualified when it comes to making boss guides for all levels of player in the game. So let me know how you guys feel about that. I'm going to put together a list of the goals that I want on this account, from low end items such as Drygor's Ascension crossbows to the absolute end game grinds like an Eldritch crossbow, my first rare, maybe even a Santa hat, and some other cool feats when it comes to bossing, like a few feats that I'd like to achieve in the game, a duo Beastmaster, or even no armor boss kills, something to spice up the series and to ultimately avoid the monotonous end game of RuneScape. So if you guys have any ideas of what kind of goals we should have on the account, that would be truly appreciated in the comment section below. So please let me know any upgrades you reckon I should have on the account, any challenges or cool feats you want me to try and go for at the end game. All of that will be really helpful and nice. We actually got 313 harmonic dust from the Motherlode Moor. For those of you unaware, in this cave every day you can loot this and it gives you items that will help you get to comp basically. So you can get potion recipes. You can also have a really rare chance to get like a dragon pickaxe or a dragon hatchet. There's loads of things you can get, but these are really useful so I can get the attuned teleport crystal seed for farm runs. So I found someone while doing this bloodwood tree. I've asked him if it's safe. He said not really. And we have a pack. A little confession, last time I was here, I may or may not have run away from the tree without actually tipping the bolt. But yeah, we ain't going to make that mistake this time. Hopefully this guy doesn't kill me. That is actually really good for the account. We've got a perfect Viswax combo with just basic runes. That's going to give us 200 Viswax, which is insane. So at the moment, you can actually slow sell Brood Arrowheads for 75 GP each. So I'd recommend going to Canifis and buying all of the Brood Arrows you can get off of this guy. He sells them for 50 GP each, so you're going to be making 50% profit on this one. And he sells 6,000 of them too. While you're in Tavali, another daily you can actually do is go to Jasix's Herblore shop. And the power burst vials aren't the ones that make profit. I believe it's the bomb vials, because everyone uses Vuln bombs. And you can also buy the vial of water packs too. The white berries will sell for a bit of profit if you want to grab them. Limproot roots and unicorn horn dust, all of them are good. There's a few shops in the game where you can buy these same stocks, and I'm pretty sure they respawn on a 3-day basis and not a daily basis, but I could be wrong with that. If we just throw all of this in the bank, and then if you teleport to Berthop, this should be where the second Slayer Master is. There you go. So you can actually buy 2 lots of Brood Arrowheads a day. And I think there's actually one more moneymaker method that we can do, but I need to get some money before we do that. It's basically going to the wilderness and buying stock there. You can get more Brood Arrowhead and a few other things that will make you a decent profit. And then this is what we've got so far from the dailies today. So I'll quickly sell the Viswags, put them in. So little trick, if you click buy and then click on what you want to buy, if you have it in your invent, it will put a buy offer in. That's very easy for checking margins and whatnot. So 11,005. So I'll put these in at 11k. And that's a nice 2 mil right there. They insta sold, which is good. That's all of the GP we're going to need. So I'll quickly show you guys this wilderness one too. If you talk to Mr. X just right here, you can get skulled. So skull me. Yes, skull me. And then you can travel up here, just north to the Bandit Camp. And there's a few things we can buy from there for a bit of... So this is the Bandit Camp I was talking about. And if you don't have a skull, all of these bandits will attack you. And it ain't going to be fun. I'm pretty sure there's higher level ones up here that actually use abilities. So you don't want that. And then in the general store, just through here, remember you are in the wilderness and you are skulled, so if you die, you will lose what you buy. But you want to buy 5 bloodweed seeds and a vial of water packs again, and you can buy more broad arrowheads. I'm pretty sure occasionally some of these items here make a profit, but I haven't got enough money to check the margins on that at the moment. And them seeds that we just bought sell for 89k each, so that's almost 40k profit on each one of them, so it's definitely worth doing. It was similar to the vials that we bought at the other shop in Tavali. If you go north of Prifddinas, there is another herbalore shop here with a, I want to say a 3-day restock too. You also want to buy the vials of water packs, 40 of them, and the bomb vials. Just to show you how much profit you make from them, we spent 500 on them bomb vials, and they actually sell for 1.4k each. So that's insane profit. So next up on the agenda, you want to go to Yeah It Is So, and you can get here by going to the Fremenic Lodestone. You also can get here if you have a lyre. There's new teleports on the lyre that teleport you straight to this island right here by the dock. So that's really good. And as you can see, the broad arrowheads have sold for 75 already. Like, that's an easy 50% profit, so it's worth doing. Like, the profit wasn't too good on them before, and I don't know why it's higher now. It used to literally be, like, as low as 8 per broad arrowhead, which is still profit, but it's not the best. And once you're in here, all you want to do is buy the Yak of Hide packs. And this is going to set you back 97k, and if we open all of them, they will sell for 267k. So that's an easy 100k profit. There are a lot more dailies that you can do, and there's like feather shop runs, there's more vial packs around the game. But I think that's all I'm going to do for now, because I do actually want to make some progress on the account. I'm going to show you how much money we've made from all of these dailies. It's going to be pretty substantial, to be fair. Like, look at the amount we have in the bank to sell. But I'll get back to you and show you our cash stack after this. So 39 of them have bought already for 1 GP. If they ain't going to sell, do not rush to sell them. After this week, when all of the double shop stock runs out, these will sell, so there's no rush to get rid of them. So there we go, that's everything sold. We made a fair bit of profit. We're at 10.9 mil with 1 mil invested in raw beef. See how many of them we can get. We have 708 beef in the invent as well, plus our 5 bloodwood seeds, which are 440k. And to be honest with you, I'm going to keep these, and right now we're going to start building our farm run preset, and I'll show you guys that when it's done. I do have a herb farming run guide on how to efficiently farm herbs on the channel, so if any of you want to check that out, I'm not going to bore you and show you the route and whatnot. So this is the preset I'm going to be going with. We're going to be doing a standard herb run, doing a bloodweed seed in the wilderness as well. We're going to be harvesting our white berries from our bush patches too. And on top of that, we're going to be doing 2 more Morchella mushroom spore runs. For those of you that don't know, if you use a Whooping Tinker pouch, it will give you an additional yield for every white berry or berry that you harvest from a bush. Another good tip that I can put to you guys, in your notes, just put all of the herb and bush patches in here so you don't forget. That way you don't have to keep looking up videos and guides. I am also going to set up my fruit tree runs. For those of you unaware, at the moment you can actually harvest coconuts from fruit trees, and you can get cactus from cacti trees, and that will add up another load of extra profit passively on your account as well. It's also great to split up what you're doing and your normal money making methods with a farm run. it gives you a nice break from doing the same monotonous thing over and over again. So from the 50k that we invested in that Bloodwood seed from the shop, we made a massive return. We made 630k, so 580k profit. In terms of all of the other seeds, we are at 2.6 mil for that run, so probably around 2 mil profit in total, because the Spiritweed seeds are 30k each. So for the coconut tree runs, this is all I'm going to bring in my preset. The runes here are actually to go to Anachronia. You can actually place a totem, the Abyss at Anachronia, and this enables you to teleport to one of the 3 totem hotspots on the island. And you actually want to make sure that you've got this set up for the one next to the cactus patch, which is just north here. This is where the totem is, and just south of that's where the cactus patch is. And I'm going to quickly activate that now by charging my totems using the remote totem charging. So there are 6 fruit tree patches in game. You have a fruit tree patch in the Gnome Stronghold, one just outside the Gnome Village, Brimhaven, Cafferby, Laeta, Herblore Habitat, and Priptinus. And all we're going to be doing is using the Giant Ent, which will give us a chance to have double fruit from fruit trees. So for those of you unaware, your fruit on your fruit trees grow back every 45 minutes for a maximum of 6. Which means every 4.5 hours you can do this. Okay, so there goes most of our cash stack. It's important that I make some overloads, and we have 32 Elder Overloads at the moment. I'll keep all of these placeholders in here just so that when I buy them in the future, I know what to get. And that wasn't too bad. 32 is going to last us like 16 hours, so that, and we'll make loads of money back from that. So I'm going to go set up a Fire Watches now and see how much we can make with this gear. So now that we've made the overloads, we can finally get set up at Buyers, and I'm going to be honest, using the tier 95 prayer, we're surviving just fine here. I do still need to get the Zealots and the Ring of Vigor, but this will do for now. I will see if I can actually do the door method and not take too much damage. If you do the door method with melee, I find it's a bit chaotic. Like, these will be all over the place and your character will just keep getting dragged around. But yeah, I can finally do this while AFKing and doing other things. So this is going to be our moneymaker for a little bit. So yeah, the setup's going pretty well. We don't even really need the Zealots or the Vigor to do this sustainably with the door open, which is really good. That's really good news. Let's take a look at how much profit we're able to make an hour. We started at about 400k cash, so we've got 1.4 mil in just spring cleaner salvage drops. And then in terms of regular base loot, a lot of this is going to add up. It's not going to be nowhere near as good as the mage guide that I have on my channel. So that's 7.2 mil an hour, completely AFK. Like, honestly, I'm able to edit videos really smoothly while doing this. There's no pressure or anything. If you were to high out the split bark bodies and helms, you'll probably make an extra 1 mil an hour. But yeah, getting that much GP an hour at this stage of the game already as an AFK method's great, because like I said in the last episode, you need AFK methods in this game so that you can do them when you can't pay your full attention. Yeah, I'm going to continue doing this while I edit the video, and I'll let you know what's next on the cards. So I've just finished up doing my magic gear upgrade guide. While I was doing that, I was AFKing a fair bit of Fire Watches, doing farm runs, and I also done my dailies. I'm going to sell everything in the bank here and see how much that we've made already. I've done a little bit of research when it comes to divine patches, and there's a calculator on the wiki that I'll link in the description below. But basically, doing the divine herb patch 1, you can make 1.5 mil every single day if you deplete all of your charges on that and extend it with the Desert Pantheon aura. But yeah, for those of you curious, you can make 1.5 mil a day doing the divine herb patch. Okay, so this is what the account's looking like at the moment. I've just sold pretty much everything I want to sell. I'll put that in a little sped up montage for you guys and maybe talk over it. But yeah, we have our base melee gear. I need to get some Bando's legs, but there's no rush for that. Not for the moneymaker I want to be doing next. I've been collecting all of my farming supplies. I don't want to sell these until I finish all of these Spiritweed seeds, just to see how much we've made in total. And to be honest, we don't actually need the money at the moment. We have a 39.5 mil cash stack, and we haven't really got into any big money makers yet. And if we withdraw this and see how much we have in total, we're already at 73 million GP alongside 24 Elder Overload potions, which we can make even more money with them. So I think we're overdue a few upgrades to the account. The next money making method that I want to get into is killing shadow nihils, so that's on the cards. So I've just bought some range gear, and I've actually gone for the Morrigan's armor set. It was relatively cheap, to be honest, and I don't regret buying it at all. Let's set us back about 5 million for the full set, and it's better than Armadillo. Yes, it will degrade to dust, and I should upgrade it to tier 88. But by the time I've used and depleted that 5 mil, I would have made so much more money back. So I'm just going to equip this and throw it on. We won't be able to perk it, which is a bit of a bummer, but for what we need it to do, I'm not going to really be needing the perks. The offhand Shadow Glaive, I'm going to put on this P6 Genocidal. Now we're gaming. I'm not going to lie, this outfit with the 120 Herblore Cape looks really cool in my opinion. I forgot to mention, but I got a set of tracking gloves, which are purely armor. There's no damage output from these. But I'm going to need as much armor as I can get for doing this method. So these are great, and they're 400k, but no one's going to be selling them. They're quite a rare drop, so I got these for about 900k. The next upgrade, I think, will be to get the Blood Amulet of Fury, so I need a Blood Shard for that. But yeah, I'm really digging this outfit. I think it looks really cool. I'm going to go do some nihils, and I'll show you how much money we can make doing that. Oh yeah, and the yak is actually to bank all of the nihil parts that we get. Purely due to the fact I don't have a Grace of the Elves yet. That's a pretty steep upgrade to get, so I'm not going to buy that specifically for this right now. Even if I could, I wouldn't buy it. Simply all I'm going to do is use a yak. I will put in loads of super restores and some spare food to make the hour go a bit smoother. And we'll see how it goes, and I'll let you know. And then your kills an hour are really going to come from how quick you can round up the nihils. So once you've rounded up all of the green and purple ones, you want to put on your chins, run around the corner, and then just use your thresholds and strong basic abilities pretty much. It's normally just cycling between Needle, Snapshot, Corruption, and Rapid Fire, and then most of them should be dead. As soon as you've done that, you want to loot and get ready to attack them as they respawn. The quicker you can get onto these, the more kills an hour you're going to get. And then if you build up to 100% adrenaline, if you don't have a dark bow Ami, where you splash quite a lot on these shadow ones, what you can actually do, you can run here, put on a needle, and then use unload, which is an ultimate ability. I'm sure many of you probably don't even know this exists, but it can't splash, so it's really strong here. And as you see, I just nuked every single one of them. So just rinse and repeat and make some easy money. Okay, just finished up doing an hour on nihils. I'm going to put all of my coin pouch in the bank, and I'm going to work out exactly how much we made after we've made all the pouches. In regular loot, we got 6.5 mil, including the 1.1 mil cash drops, which pretty good. That's like on par with Firewatches, not including the big ticket item that we're here for, which is all of these nihil parts to make shadow nihils. So I'm going to sell all of this, make the nihil pouches, and show you how much profit we made. Alright, so I finished making all of them. I bought one of them to check the margin. That's why we've got 62 and not 61. But these are slow selling, and we've actually made 14.8 million plus 4.4. So that's just over 19 million, which is absolutely crazy with the gear setup that we've got. Like, we've pretty much just paid for our entire setup from 1 hour in nihils. And like I said, I got a lot more efficient towards the second half of the hour. And if I was to do a full hour, I reckon we can push that all the way up to the 25, 26 mil mark. Which, yeah, I'm not going to be doing it all the time, but this is another moneymaker we've got unlocked on the account. And as I keep stressing, it's important to have as many moneymakers that you enjoy doing so that you have such a variety in content that you can do so that you don't get burnt out. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. I must say, we look absolutely balling in this gear. It's only been a few days and I haven't been able to play too much because I've been upgrading my PC and editing videos. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like if you've been enjoying the series and leave any feedback for how we can improve it. And as always, if you don't want to miss out on any future content, subscribe to the channel. We've got loads coming up. Thank you all for watching.